Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise, autoappraise.com. Got a nice windy but almost 80-degree sunny day up here in Michigan today. We're working on a 59 Chevy Impala, a two-door hardtop. We rented one of those big heavy-duty hot power washers, and I'm going through the underbody of this car today and degreasing it. This is a beautiful Survivor underbody. I've had a lot of customers ask me questions over the years. How do you know if a car's been undercoated, recently or in the last, several years to cover something up versus if it's an original Survivor underbody? And what I was going to point out is we worked real hard to blow this undercoat off. I've been under here almost 2.5 hours, and I've gotten through some grease on the frame and undercoat on the frame. But what I wanted to point out is this is an original factory red oxide primer on the floor pans underneath this undercoat, which is really kind of still pliable and rubbery after all these years. It's kind of different. It's similar to what we see today. It's maybe more petroleum based, but it doesn't look like the stuff that gets touched up on cars underneath in the underbodies. This thing is just absolutely gorgeous underneath. You can see a little bit of orange oxidation, but it actually rubs off with my fingertip. It's just really on the surface of the metal. Whenever this car was undercoated, this is the original floor pan supports. They tie into the inner rocker structure and they ventilate out any water or moisture that gets trapped. That's why the bottoms are actually missing from those. That's intentional. On the 58s and 59s, most of you are probably familiar with the frame, unlike a 57 Chevy, which comes down both sides and has triangular gussets hanging off to hold the floor supports up. This has got a center frame. The frame comes down, comes together in the middle. It splits up here, as you can see, and then it comes down, gathers in the center, and then splits again going to the rear suspension. But what I wanted to point out on this car, and 59 Chevys, 58 Chevys, 60 Chevys, before you bother checking to see how nice the seat covers are, or how well survived the chrome is, or how good the paint looks, what you really want to do is take a look at what I'm looking at here. And that is how well survived the body mounts are. I laid on this one with a power washer for a great deal of time and got all the undercoat off this, and look at that. That rubber, it's got a few small dry cracks and a little bit of pancaking, but boy, it looks like brand new. The bolts are still even shiny. I blew on that for about 10 minutes to get it cleaned up. Super solid. You'll see obviously there's no red oxide over here. I didn't blow through really any of it to speak of. Really good solid underbody, and again up here all this is super solid steel. Floor pan supports are beautiful, but that's really what you look at when you're looking at a fresh undercoat versus old undercoat on a really solid, well survived underbody, which this one clearly is. I've got the car jacked up in a backwards fashion right now, or obviously from the front side, so I can't show you the rear body mounts, but they're beautiful. And the quarter panel splash pans, those are beautiful too. Really good looking. Got original drain plugs present down there. Good looking old cat eye 59 Impala, well survived, probably an original desert car, or who knows where it came from. It's been up here in storage in Michigan for many years, and a real well survived car. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise, autoappraise.com.